else get loads of enjoyment out of a swingy chair? This isn't even a swingy, is it? A swivel chair. It's a swivel chair and I love it. Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Should I shut the window? No, it's late at night. It's 10:30 at night. I'm filming a video. No one's going to be out at this time, are they? On a Sunday? Probably, actually. People do like going out on a Sunday. Anyway, hello! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Imogen. And if you are just joining me now, then yay! If you found me through a friend or however you find me, please stay. Thank you so much for finding my YouTube channel and for my OGs out there, my humbuns who are staying subscribed. Thank you! Runty? J2B? Thought Jacob was coming in to get involved in story time. So today we're doing a story time. Dun dun dun! It's not that exciting, is it? No, it's not. It's definitely not that exciting. It's 10:30 at night and I'm still like this. I think it's this squash, you know, it's got me wired. No, but I really do like Marks and Spencer's high juices. Really like them. I also love this bottle because it makes me feel like I've drunk a lot. Well, no, I have drunk a lot. So I always go to the toilet because I drink too much. Anyway, let's do some shout outs before we begin. So my first shout out is to Ivania. No, she said I pronounce it like lasagna. Ivania and Cassie, two sisters who watch my videos, and I'm so grateful that you watch my videos. They both actually said that their mum doesn't allow them to have phones and TV on during dinner, which is completely fair enough. But her mum said that she'll make an allowance for my videos. They're watching it during dinner and I was like, oh, if your mum watched it as well, how cool is that for me? I love it. And my next shout out is to Liv Payne, and she's 4 months pregnant. Congratulations, baby girl. That is amazing. I'm the broodiest baby girl in the world, so I'm so jealous. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna have a baby. She messaged me saying she was gonna name her son Hunter because then she can shorten his name to Hun Bun. Love you. You're an angel. I rate that so highly. So my gal Liv, good luck with the pregnancy. You're amazing. You're going to be an amazing mum. Don't worry about it. And thanks so much for watching my videos. Love you. And to baby Hunter, I'm going to love him as well. I hope I meet him. Thought that I'd do the story time because I really like doing story times because I get to share things with my Huns. And I've got so many stories, it seems. Don't even know why. But I've got a story for everything. Every situation, I'm like, oh, I've got a story for that. I want to show you that we all have dramas with friends. This is my part 1 of good mates. You know those friends where you think you're going to be friends with them forever and then you realise about 6 months down the line they're not very nice people, you know. But there are so many nice people out there, so we don't need to focus on them. But I want to do a story time about them to tell you my dramas I've had with some friends. Now this is only one set of friends. I've had quite a few friends that have screwed me over, that have been wonderful to me / slightly not wonderful, slightly horrible. But what I wanted to say is, by losing these friendships and by growing up and going through heartbreak because you lose a friend that you thought was going to be in your life for a long time, it makes you so much stronger on the end of it because you're like, And each time any person's ever messed me around, whether it be a boy, whether it be a girl, whether it be a friend, whether it be a best friend, you realise so much about yourself, you learn so much about yourself, and you have to find a positive from that situation. If someone's been horrible to you, actually, they've done you a favour because now you don't have to be mates with them. Now you can realise that being on your own and being independent, I'm all about having friends, but these breakdowns of friendships have made me realise what I want in a friend and what I'll never ever find in a friend again. And there's warning signs. Each time you're like, oh, that was a warning sign, I should have seen that one, so I won't look at that again. So if you see that warning sign that you once saw and ignored, you see that warning sign, you're like, I'm out, I am out. I'll wait for the train to go past. Come on, hun. All the little huns chilling on the train. That's really cute, isn't it? Where are they travelling to, I wonder? Do you ever do that? I always people watch and I'm like, what are they doing? Are they happy in their life? What job do they do? Are they married? I'm so weird. Also, I'm wearing this top. Sticking your boobs out there a tiny bit, Imogen. Oh, the bra strap's falling down. I'm wearing this top because it says, wear me on a Wednesday, because you know what it reminds me of? Mean Girls. And this story is about some mean girls. Also, I've got this on the back. Look at this jacket. Oh yeah, I can swivel around on this chair. Look at this. Hear me roar. Have I still got the label on it? No. Oh, I've got a label on one of them. Oh gosh. Oh god. But look how cute that is. Hear me roar. Yeah. Hear me roar, mean girls. I'm coming for you. Okay, so I'm going to set the scene for this story. Basically, I went to a performing arts college in London. I did my degree there in professional dance and musical theatre. When I first went, I was 18 and I was with my ex-boyfriend who lived in Brighton, and I was commuting every day because I couldn't afford to live in London. Commuting at 6 AM, actually no, I was getting the 5:40 train every morning and then getting home at like 10 o'clock at night, because where I went to in London was full on. It's like you have to be there at 8 to register and you finish 6, 7 or 8, and it's back-to-back lessons. It's hard work. So I was literally travelling and getting home and I was so tired that I ended up exhausting myself out and I had no energy, so I actually deferred. So what I did was I did my first term, got a first in that. Yes, girls, I work hard. I work hard. Shut the window because we're going to hit the train. Oh, there's a moth and it's massive! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Can you hear it? It's actually moving. Oh, Ranty, that was so bad. I literally literally went to shut the window because I thought the train was loud, and then this massive moth, I mean, that was the size of like that. Oh, I get scared of moths, I'm not gonna lie, Hans, I do get scared of moths. J to B opened the window and let it fly out, and we sort of went like that. No killing involved, no killing. No moths were harmed in the filming of this. What was it? What is it? No. Sometimes I ask myself questions. Anyway, so set the scene. Let's go back to it. I'm sorry about that, Hans. So let's go back to it. So I deferred my year, but what they said was you're going to have to come back in January, not September, the following year. So you'll start a new year, but they will have already done one term, which I'm okay with. It's fine. It was going to be daunting, but I thought, okay. So I worked in Brighton for a year, and I worked my bum off. Like, I worked so hard because I wanted to save money so I could move to London. So January comes around. I've got a new baby boy this time. I was a bit nervous about starting, but I already knew all of the year above because I used to be in their year. Then I went in January, and the school didn't even tell anyone that I was beginning. The school did not tell anyone in my year that they were going to have a new girl. So I walked into the wrong class, and I was like, it was my year group, but it was the diploma, it wasn't the degree. And I walked in and I was like, I'm the new girl kind of thing. Not like that, I was quite quiet actually. And all the teachers kept saying, you are quite quiet, but I wanted to go in there and be a bit more like reserved. So nobody was a bit like, oh, who is this new girl, if you know what I mean? Because they were about to see in about a week, I was gonna be like, hello, I'm the new girl. And I started the class, and people were really friendly to me. Especially a group of girls, there was about 6 of them, and they've obviously already formed these friendship groups. Now I started a term late, that's like 4 months late, so they've already got all these friends, and I was like, oh my god, like this is a bit scary and a bit daunting, but I just went in and was myself. That's all you can be in these situations. Immediately these girls kind of really introduced me to their clique kind of thing, and that sounds really cringy, but they did introduce me into their group, and I was like, oh, they're so cute, they're so nice, and I was very, very taken back by how nice they were with me. I judge everyone how they are. You know, I'm not overanalyzing thinking these people are horrible. I'm like, well, if they're being nice to me, they're nice to me. Call me naive, but that is how I am sometimes. If you're sweet to me, I'm like, oh, love them. So I got to know a bit about them, and they got to know a bit about me. I learned about their boyfriends and stuff like that, and we just became close. I told them about my boyfriend, and he was a footballer at the time. They asked me why I lived in Cardiff, because I lived in Cardiff with him, but then I also had my own place in London, and I would go back to Cardiff every Friday and come back to London every Sunday. Dedicated girlfriend, because I promised him I'd watch every single game, which I did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So then I told them, oh, my boyfriend's in sport, and I told them blah, blah, blah. They got to know me, and that was fine. My boyfriend at the time was extremely generous, part of which was actually probably the downfall of our relationship, because he became very controlling with money. That's one thing I can say about myself, and it's not me being arrogant. I am a generous person. Generous with my love, generous with my time, generous with any money I have. I always want to spend it on other people, because I love seeing people happy. Before every sleepover, I would spend a fortune on them. We would go and get ice cream galore, get snacks. I'd be like, oh, we've got this, blah, blah, blah. I'd buy new DVDs, I'd buy food for everyone, and that was just the way I was. It wasn't me trying to be friends with them and be like, oh my god, please like me. That's just the way I am. I'm like that with a friend I'd meet within a second. I'm like that with a friend I'd meet after a year. And at the time, I thought they were just really nice girls. And then it came to my birthday, and my boyfriend bought a table in a club in London. Now, don't ask me why, because I didn't even like alcohol, but he bought a £500 minimum spend table in a club, which basically means you have to spend £500 on alcohol. I had no idea what clubs in London were like. I'd never really been clubbing in London before. And back home in Brighton, I didn't put money down for a table. Like, I'm not a big time girl that's like, put money down for a table, because I didn't have the money to do that. But he bought it for my birthday, and he was like, spend some time with your friends. Anyway, it was then when I was like, So we're at the club, and I didn't really like alcohol, as I said. And I don't drink now. I don't drink alcohol, but at the time I didn't even like it anyway. This was years ago. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. They were ordering. I remember the waitress being like, I have to go through the lady that's paying. I have to go through Imogen. And they were like, no, she wants this. She wants this. And I was just kind of like, right. Okay. And it was then when I was a bit like, should have got out of that friendship then, Hans. That's the warning sign that I should have been like, are you okay? After we left the club, listen to this. This is a good one. This is a very, very good one. The taxi lady was like, oh, it's £85 to get back to Angel. And I was like, £85? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, girls, I don't really want to spend £85 on a taxi. They were like, oh, just get it out of the money that your boyfriend's giving you. I was like, sorry? I bought the taxi on the way there. They had a whole night free, which I don't begrudge them at all, because it's my birthday and it was bought for me. But then that was so leery to be like, oh, you'll pay. I'll pay the taxi, will I? Will I? So I said, no, listen girls, I'm in pain with my shoes. I literally just want to get home. I don't mind getting a taxi, but could we not chip in a little bit? Can you understand? I'm not being taken for a ride, if you know what I mean. A ride in the taxi. No, don't do that ever again. They were like, oh, well, we want to go for food. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not really hungry, hun, so I'm probably just gonna head home if some of you want to come with me. And they're like, no, we're just gonna get food and go back together. And I was like, okay. So I felt a tiny bit used. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a tiny bit used because I was like, all right, so you've had a really good night and now you're gonna go for food and leave me. So I was like, okay, I'll come for food then. I'm sorry, I've got an itchy ear. I'm not in my ear, I'm just around the ear. Not that anyone needed to know that. We got a bus and they stopped off for a kebab. And we were stopping there and I was like, oh my God, my feet were literally killing me and I was falling asleep. You know, I can't last these long nights. So I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna have to go home, Hans. And then I remember I was going to travel to my boyfriend's the next day. So I was like, oh, I'll probably leave it here, Hans, but I'm gonna go home. But thanks for the best evening. I was like, I'll send you all the photos. And they were like, okay, yeah. Not bothered. Didn't even say bye. They were just tucking in their cheesy chips and mayo, not even bothered. So I was like, okay, bye. Not that I'm a baby, but I would have preferred if they checked if I'd got home. That's just the way I am. Like, if I leave a friend, I wouldn't leave a friend to go home on their own, personally, but I would make sure that I checked they got home safely. Even when I see my friends in the daytime, I'm like, oh, if they get on a tube, if they get on a train, if they get on a bus, or I'm getting on a train or a tube or a bus, I'm always like, just let me know you get home safely. I do it with my grandma, I do it with my family. Just quickly, I should mention, we'd planned to live together prior to all this. 5 of us were all gonna live together in September, and I was so excited about that, and I genuinely thought I'd found really good friends. Me and my boyfriend at the time then broke up 2 days later. I thought I was going to Paris, but I wasn't going to Paris in the end. We went for a Nando's, we broke up. Long story short, that's another story time. Obviously, I was upset, you know, no one wants a breakup. And I came back into uni and I expected these girls to kind of be there for me. I'd been there for them when they'd had breakups. I'd been there for them when they'd been upset about anything, you know, getting a bad mark in their tests or anything. When I'm sort of there and I'm crying and they're not even, I promise you this, they did not even bat an eyelid. And I was like, right, I'm living with these girls in September. Brilliant. When you're in times of trouble, you really see who your friends are. You really see who actually cares about you. And people in the class that weren't my close friends were being supportive. Listen, I didn't go in there like, oh, everyone feels sorry for me. I was just like, listen, I'm upset. And I was allowed to be upset. I'd just broken up with my boyfriend who I lived with. You know, it was all a massive shock to me. I didn't expect a party. I expected just them to be like, you're all right, put their arm around me, whatever. But it was like they got really awkward. They were like, I know this sounds awful, but in my head, I kind of felt a bit like, did you like me because I bought taxis, I bought food, I bought clothes? I spoilt them. Maybe now I've lost my boyfriend, are you not gonna be my friend? That's how I was thinking and that's how I was feeling, but maybe I was overanalyzing the situation. So then I moved back to Brighton for the summer because I couldn't afford to stay in London over the summer. I needed to go home and save up money to come back in September. They were very lucky and they were very fortunate that they could stay in London. They didn't have to work throughout the summer. They just had a really good summer. I have amazing parents, but I'm very independent. I always have been. Since I turned 16, I was like, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna pay my own way. I moved out when I was young. My parents would support me to the ends of the earth, and if I needed any money I know they would help me, but I wasn't in that situation where my parents were going to pay for me to live in London when it was pointless. I don't need to be up there. I'm going back in September. So I moved back to Brighton and I ended up working 3 jobs. If you want a story time about all my previous jobs, then please ask for that one because I'll definitely do that one for you. That's a whole other story time. But I ended up working 3 jobs. I did not have 1 day off in the week. I think I slept every night for about 3 hours. I ended up being so tired. But basically, it came to the flat viewing and they'd found a flat. And I was really grateful for them finding flats, but obviously you have to understand, I was working 3 jobs just so I could live in this flat and move up in September. They had nothing to do. They had so much spare time on their hands. 4 out of us 5 girls could view the flat. I couldn't afford to take time off work to go up to London for a 20-minute flat viewing. I just said, can you just send me videos and whatever you all think, I will go with. I'm happy. I'm not very difficult to please. Like if it's a flat, we're all staying together. I'm happy about that. I'm so sorry, girls. I cannot get up to London to view this flat. Now, I didn't realise to what extent that annoyed them, but they sort of seemed very off. Like in the group chat, they were just off and they were messaging about private jokes and I was like, oh, I'm not in on this, but I was like, oh, it seems like you lot are having so much fun. I hope you're having a really good summer. They mentioned they wanted to go to Magaluf and I was like, listen, I'm gonna come with you because I'm living with these girls and I wanted to also bond with these girls over the summer because I knew I was gonna live with them. So I paid on a payment plan so I could go to Magaluf with them. I didn't drink at this point. So me going to Magaluf was literally purely to spend some time with my girls and have fun with them. I say my girls, they definitely were not my girls, let's be real. And they're definitely never gonna be my girls ever again. We went to Magaluf together and that's where it really starts. That's where this story starts. As soon as I saw them at the airport, it was awkward. It was awkward from the get-go. And I tried to not make it awkward. I was like asking them so many questions. You know, as a person, I have an instinct and I'm like, listen, they weren't happy with me, but I couldn't even work out why. Because I genuinely didn't even see that whole flat thing as an issue. So in my head, I'm like, I don't really know what's happening here, but it'll be fine after the week. We're gonna spend a week together. It's gonna be amazing. So then on the plane, they were all talking about not sitting with this girl. I'm gonna call her Sinead. They were like, I don't wanna sit with Sinead. I don't wanna sit with Sinead. When I asked her who it was, they told me it was another girl. That's such a lie. They were talking about me. Everyone ended up sitting next to this girl. No one really wanted to sit next to me. Anyway, I don't really care. Put my headphones in, loved the flight, loving life, doing Snapchats, you know, whatever. And we got on the coach and they were texting. And I looked over at one of the girls' phones and I sort of saw it and I was like, and it said my name in there, but couldn't work out what was going on. I was like, you're right. And she was like, yeah, we're just all discussing, like, because no one wants to stay in the room with Sinead. And I was like, oh, my name was mentioned in that text. And they were like, yeah, because we all want to stay in the room with you. And I was like, this girl's trying to lie to me. This girl's trying to lie to me. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll stay in a room with Sinead. Like, if no one wants to stay with her, I'll stay with her. The rooms were divided into three each room. And I was like, whoever doesn't want to stay in someone's room, I'll stay with that person. Fine. Oh, this holiday. I can't even talk to you about it. It was the holiday from hell because I was segregated. I was literally sectioned off from the group. From the get-go, I could feel there was tension on day one. They were like, we'll meet down in the pool in 15 minutes. So I was like, sweet. So then they were all like, oh, let's just chill in the room, actually. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I've got to go down to the pool and let them know that we're going to chill in the room. I went down to the pool and they'd already been texting and they all met at the room. So I waited down in the pool and I waited for about 20 minutes and I was thinking, should I go to their room? I went to their room, knocked on the door and I was thinking, girls, maybe they'd fallen asleep. Went back to our room and they were all sitting there chilling, having a chat. I walked in, it was almost like, you know when you walk in and you know that people have been talking about you and I was like, hi Hans, I was like, is everything okay, angels? Because I am that bubbly person that's like, hello princesses, that's just how I am. So then I was like, ignore it, fine, whatever. I was like, I went to find you and they made up some weird lie. There was this one girl in the group, I'll call her Grace. Sorry if your name's Grace and I'm about to say you're not a very nice person. I do love you Graces, whoever watch my videos, but this Grace will definitely not be watching my videos. Grace had this thing where when I would get ready, she would stare at me. It got even worse when we lived together, but I'm gonna do that in part 2. That is part 2. Whatever I would wear, however I would wear my hair, she would wait for me to get ready and then copy me. And I'm fine with that. Like, I love sharing my style. I love sharing, like, that's a compliment. But it wasn't done in a complimentary way. It was done in a way like, I'm gonna try and look better than you. She was a really pretty girl. Like, I don't look at friends and think, oh my God, I've got to be jealous of you. I look at friends like, you look insane. We all have insecurities. Like, I'm very complimentary as a person. She would never compliment me, but copy me. And it's like, well, clearly you like stuff that I do. We're up for sharing tips and style and stuff like that. We're all taking inspiration from each other. No one is original because we all get inspired from something. Somewhere along the lines we've all been inspired, but it was the way that she would never compliment me, ever. She just looked me up and down as if she really disliked me. We went on this one night out and this was the second night we went out and I didn't want to drink, but that's my prerogative. Trust me, Hans, I don't need to drink. Like, just because I don't want to drink doesn't mean you can't drink. I'm all like, yes, girls, get a drink, I'll pay for the round, whatever, I'll do this. Pineapple juice out there was actually more expensive than a vodka pineapple juice. Don't need alcohol. You can see that, Hans. You know what I'm like. I'm a bit of a live wire. I'm a bit of a crazy gal. When I hear loud music, I'm like, yeah. Sometimes when I used to drink, it just used to make me tired anyway. During that night, they got really funny with me. They're like, you're not gonna drink. You're not gonna drink. And I was like, I don't understand why it's such an issue for you. Like, you drink. I'll always be the one that gets you home safely. I'll always be the one that looks after you if you're being sick. Just drink. I don't judge you for drinking, so don't judge me for not drinking. Got to about 2 o'clock in the evening and we were at the end of our night kind of thing. And we were sitting down at this bar. These boys went past us. We're Liverpudlian and I was like, yes, to the Liverpudlian boys. There were 3 boys and one of them was really fit, but he came across like a bit of a, didn't like him. He was just really arrogant. And his friend was really cute, just chilling and really quiet in the background. What can I call him? I'll call him Sam. He was really cute, Sam. There was like 3 of us girls out of the 6. And I was like, how cute is Sam? And they were like, oh my God, Sam's so cute. And I was like, Sam is so cute. But his friend kept trying to talk to me and I was like, I don't like his friend. And they were like, oh, we're staying at the same hotel as you, so let's walk home. I went and spoke to Sam and he was so shy. And I was like, I love that. I love a shy boy. He was awkward and I loved it because I was like, oh, I'm drawn to people like that. I just love shy people because people think I'm really confident, but there are certain situations where I do get very shy. People don't understand that. There are certain situations where I'm very confident. There's a little shy Imogen in me as well. There's a little shy butterfly. I spoke to Sam and he told me he doesn't drink and I was like, Sam, I love you. Obviously didn't say that, but I was like, oh my God, like, you don't drink, that's amazing. Like, and his friends were like, yeah, he doesn't drink, blah, blah, blah. He's a really good boy. And I was like, Sam. I wasn't looking for a boyfriend, but I was looking for someone to sort of keep me company and not drinking. Then those boys became like our friends and we'd go down to the pool and just chill with them. Went to theirs one night for us to all pre-drink and obviously me and Sam weren't pre-drinking, so we were just chatting out on the balcony. One of the girls came out, she was like, you need to come inside. I was like, okay, what's up? And she was like, we need to speak to you. And I was like, okay. It's difficult to find all these names. I'm gonna have to make up all these names. What name should I go with? They said, Sally's really annoyed at you. And I said, why is Sally annoyed at me? And they said, 'cause she likes Sam. She saw Sam. She likes Sam. And I was like, I think we're all there. And we all said Sam was cute, but okay. I'm not the kind of girl that would ever fall out with a girl over a guy. So I was like, listen, if Sally likes Sam, Sally can have Sam. Me and Sam had like a long chat out on the balcony, and I'm not gonna lie to you about that one, Hans. Me and Sam were flirting. And I was like, I'm gonna step aside. And Sam came up to me and was like, why are you not talking to me? Why are you not talking to me? Kind of was trying to say to him, like, I like your friend, just so he would go for my friend. That is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I am not the person that sees someone and goes, dibs! Like, we all saw him, we all thought he was good looking. I didn't realise that she liked him. I didn't think they hadn't even spoken. All of them were on me. They were like, you need to stop talking to him. Like, she likes him. And I was on my own in this situation, like 5 girls against me. I was a bit like, I'm outweighed, I'm outnumbered. And I'm not that girl. I would never cross another girl for a boy. Like, I'm so up for girl code. Like, girl code needs to be more of a thing. It needs to be more of a thing. Anyone even says to me, I like that boy, I'm like, done. I mean, I see them as like a sibling. I'm like, I'm never going there. It kept getting really awkward. And Sam's like, listen, I don't know why you're being like this, but I do like you. Honestly, without Sam on that holiday, I would never have got through that holiday, ever. Sam was like, I don't know why you're on holiday with these girls, because Sam witnessed it all. And Sam was like, I don't know why you're friends with these girls, like, they're not very nice to you. You feel really rubbish about it because you think, I sort of segregated myself by being friends with them, and I was thinking, I'm gonna have to live with these girls. And Sam was like, I don't want to be nasty, but I don't know why you're protecting them and being nice to them when they literally are slagging you off to our friends saying they don't even like you. They're saying we don't even like her, like she just tagged along on this thing, on this trip. She didn't even come see the flat that we're living in. Is that even a thing? You're children. I was like 1.5 years older than them, but it felt as though I was literally 5 years older than them. I was like, you're actual kids. One night I was like, I'm done with this. They kept being in my ear like, you need to sort it out, speak to Sam and get him to like Sally. And I was like, I think I have this control over Sam and he's gonna suddenly like Sally. I can't force someone to like someone. And one night I put Sally and Sam in a room and I was like, right, Sally, this is Sam, Sam, this is Sally. Sam, Sally likes you, she thinks you're really good looking, she thinks you're cute, she wants to get to know you. Talk to each other. Get to know each other, Hans. Like, have a chat. Take that jacket off because it's getting a bit hot under this. I'm getting a bit sweaty talking about this story. God, it's stressing me out already. Sam was really angry at me and he was like, Imogen, I wish you hadn't done that because I don't like her, I like you, and I'm gonna go and tell them. He pulled these girls aside, went from being shy to being macho man. I was like, yes, Sam, respect that. And he was like, girls, listen, all due respect, Sally is a beautiful girl, but I like Imogen. I've been talking to Imogen, we get on. I'm not that kind of boy that can just jump from one girl to another. I'm not like that. I want to get to know Imogen. I want to invest my time with her. I was like mortified because I was like, these girls are going to hate me. These girls are going to hate me. I spoke to him and was like, listen, Hans, like, bearing in mind, it wasn't as if I was, you know, sleeping in the bed with him. No chance. Like, no chance. He walked me back to my room every night and he was respectful. He was so respectful. He stood up for me when they were being nasty about me. We weren't kissing, we weren't doing anything. Like, we never did anything. I kissed him, I think, twice. Did I even kiss him? No, I kissed him. I did kiss him once. I kissed him once on the last day because when we were saying goodbye to each other, I kissed him. Yeah, 7 days out there and I kissed him on the last day, right? One girl slept with 4 different people out there in a week. So it wasn't as if I was being like really bad in their face and being like, this is my boy. They had boys. One girl had 4 different boys out there and she wasn't just kissing them, but each to their own. Fine, fine, fine. This one girl, Emily, they were all slagging her off and then to her face acting like her best friend. And I'm not about that because I think if you're doing that to her and acting like her best friend, you've known her a lot longer than me, what are you saying about me? So then this one morning, Emily woke me up and she was like, Imogen, I need the morning after pill. Like, can you help me? I was like, of course, I'll go and get it for you. So I made this thing that I was going to go out and get some fruit. And I was like, does anyone want any fruit or any stuff from the bakery? Because there was a pool party at the hotel. So I went out and I went and got her the morning after pill, which cost me 32 euros or something, or 36 euros. It was a fortune. I got it for her, I bought it back, she took it, fine. And I don't do things for people to be grateful, but she wasn't grateful in the slightest. Then after the pool party, we went out that night. After I did that for that girl, I thought maybe she'd respect me a bit more. They were like, let's all go and have a nap before we go out. So we went and had a nap and I woke up. They weren't in the apartment. So I went to the other apartment, knocked on the door. They weren't there either. So I texted them, called them, and they texted me saying they tried to wake me up. They're on the strip. Like, it still gets me upset now that anyone could actually do that to a person. I'm not just saying this, I'm really honest. If I did something wrong, I would admit it. I did nothing wrong to those girls. I hold my hands up for things I've done in the past. If I've done anything to upset anyone, I understand that. But I didn't do anything to them, so I called my mum. And I remember being so upset. My mum was like, I'm gonna book you a flight home now. Like, you have to come home. And I was like, Mum, I have to live with these girls in September. You can't book me a flight home. I have to stay out here, ride it out. Then I called Sam, and Sam came back and walked me to the strip. So he was like, you're not walking to the strip on your own. No chance. months, not in a foreign country, on your own. I went to find them and they told me they're in this one bar. They weren't. I literally went looking for them for like 45 minutes. And then I was sitting with Sam outside this club and they walked past me. I was like, girls, I literally looked for you over there, like, our phones died. That's a lie, because your phones were ringing. Your phones didn't die. I was shaking, because you know when you're so upset, you're like, I don't understand how anyone could do this to anyone. Like, I would never do that to anyone. I would never ever segregate, or it was bullying. It's bullying. Like, it is actually bullying, making someone feel so intimidated and on their own. I felt isolated. I thought the girl that I got the morning after pill for and stuff would stick up for me, but no. I've never seen someone turn so horrible. They literally flipped a switch. They started shouting me, and Sam was like, I will not have you speak to a girl like this. Like, that is, and I was like, Sam, just leave it, because I didn't want that. I literally stood there and was like, you're all so two-faced. I wonder what you say about me, because you're slagging each other off. You're not nice people. The way you're acting and behaving is not a nice person. They went mad. They were so aggressive, and I was like, right, okay, if you're going to be aggressive to me, I'm going to raise my voice slightly. Now, I wasn't confrontational, I wasn't aggressive, but I was like, don't you dare speak to me like that. I held my own, even though I was inside shaking, I wanted to cry. I was like, no, I'm not going to allow you, because, you know, if I allowed them to speak to me like that, it would continue and get worse, and I had to live with these girls. One girl went ratchet. She fully went in on me, and I was like, you're acting as if I've hit someone. What have I actually done to you? And they were like, we just don't like the way you've behaved, Sam, we don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'm really sorry, guys, but I actually don't think I've done anything wrong. Bear in mind, the girl that I got a morning after pill for, she didn't stand up for me. And also, I kept that secret. She was like, please don't tell the other girls, they'll judge me. And I was like, so you're coming to me to protect you and help you out, but you're not going to stand up for me in the slightest. And I was standing there like, okay. 5 on 1. So I was like, right, okay, I'll leave this. So I was like, I'm going to go back to the hotel then. And they literally let me. They're like, go back then. I was like, okay. I see, I get it. So then I was like to Sam, I don't want you to speak to me, because I felt as though talking to him had been this whole problem, but it wasn't. It wasn't the problem. They just weren't nice girls. They were not nice girls. And it wasn't as if I'd spent time with him and not been around them. 2 of them were sleeping with his friends. 2 of them were with his friends 24/7. I never ever left them to be with him. They left me and he walked me to the strip. None of my time was dedicated to him at all. I walked back to the hotel room and I just sat in the apartment and I was just crying, and I was like, this is horrible. They came back and the next morning we went to breakfast. The way I am as a person is I don't like things just being brushed under the carpet. I like to talk about things, get it done, sort it out, say we're sorry and move on. Right, I'm gonna be the bigger person, just say sorry. So I was like, girls, I'm really sorry about last night. I don't really know where that came from. Don't really get it, but if there's anything I've done, like, just bring it up. And they were like, last night you were so aggressive. And they were like, we really saw a different side to you and we didn't like that side. Wait, what? You know when you're like, wait, am I on something? Like, is this happening? They were actually trying to turn it around to me and saying that I was aggressive. You were screaming in my face, and the only thing they didn't like that I brought up is the fact that they've been slagging each other off. They were like, we haven't been slagging anyone off. I was like, are you actually gonna sit in front of me and say you've never slagged anyone off here to me? And they were like, we'd never do that. Like, we're best friends. We're best friends before you came into the equation. I was like I'm back at school. I genuinely felt like I'm back at school. They were very spoiled girls. It's almost as if they had one track mind, and they were very much like, you're not in our clique anymore. Mean girls. I need to have a drink. I'm sweating, I'm getting stressed. Then the holiday just got progressively worse. It was just awful. The holiday was awful. The way they made me feel when I kissed Sam goodbye, but they'd all got with people, multiple people that holiday, but they judged me for kissing him. And I actually ended up going up to Liverpool and seeing that guy quite a lot when I got back. We went to Alton Towers together. It all turned out a bit rubbish in the end, and now he's got a kid and he's happy and he's loving life, so I can't explain it to you. They would be like, we need a group pic. Imogen, take it. The whole holiday was like that. Oh, Imogen, you go and get around with the drinks. And I was like, listen. No, I looked after them, they were being sick. I helped them out with things. And I don't say that like I did this so they should do that for me. I don't do things for people for stuff in return. The way they treated me was actually disgusting, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm gonna have to live with these girls. And it gets so much worse. Like, I wanna do a part 2 on living with them. Living with them? You wait until I tell you that story. You wait until I tell you the story about when I lived with them. Can you actually imagine though, out of all the people in the world that I could have been friends with in that university, I was friends with the people that were so malicious and nasty. I am so lucky that I get to share this story with my Huns. You are all amazing. This is me being all soppy again. I've been messed around by friends in the past, probably because I am quite naive. I'm very loving. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I don't care about that though. And I will never ever regret being friends with those girls because they taught me so much. And them being nasty to me is a direct reflection of them. Never allow someone who is nasty to you to make you feel rubbish about yourself. They are nasty people and I'm not. I'm a nice person and I know that. I'm not perfect. God, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. It's all part of life. You learn and you grow from it and whatever. You should never allow someone to bully, manipulate, intimidate anytime or isolate you, ever. That's not a friend. That's not a friend. And you don't have to be friends with people like that. That's one thing I've learned. It gets so much worse. And all about when I went to hospital and how they work. Just wait. You just wait. Living with them was, oh my God. I'm laughing about it now because this is where I'm gonna get soppy. Some of you I've never met. I will meet every single one of you. I'm so soppy, aren't I? You all support me in ways that I could never, ever, ever, ever thank you for. But these girls I was friends with for like, what, 2-3 years, and they were so disrespectful and horrible to me. I never imagined I could have friends that were so caring and so loving. It's so refreshing. Like, you're all so amazing. When you write to me, I'm gonna have to stop filming. I have to stop filming because I don't want you all to see me cry all the time. But thank you for everything you do for me. And do you know what? I said to my friend Lucy, because I was saying to Lucy, I think I'm gonna tell my Harlins about the girls I lived with and the girls I went to uni with. And I said to her, I'm so lucky to be able to share that. That is so amazing that I get to share stories of me going through maybe difficult times or times that we've all been through. We've all had a friend or friends that have messed us around. And it's amazing that I'm able to share this with you on a video. I'm emotional, I'm an emotional wreck, everyone knows that. I love you all so much. Thank you for listening to this story, and thanks for, because I hope that you watch the next one. I can't wait to tell you the next one. If you like me doing story times, you probably don't like me getting emotional like this, I'm really sorry. If you like me doing story times, please give this a massive thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, you probably don't want to now because I'm a crying emotional wreck. If you do subscribe to my channel, I'd be so, so grateful. My family is growing, my Huns are growing, I get to share all these stories with even more people. My mind is blown. So if you're new to my channel, then I'm really sorry. Yes, I'm an emotional wreck, but if you're not new to my channel, then you already know that, and I love you so much for even loving me for that. And I do this game where I mime to a song and you have to guess the song. So let's find a song and you can guess the song. Yay. Also, when some of you say that this is the favourite part of the video, I'm like, yes, you like the miming challenge. I love the miming challenge. I'm gonna do an independent song for my Huns, like let's stick together. For all my loving, amazing angels out there who are good, loyal, loving mates, generous friends with your time and your love you. Because we'll all stick together, Huns. We're laughing really because we've all got each other. Do you know what I mean? I could literally mime the whole song to that because I love that song so much. Okay, thank you so much for watching these story times. If you do like them, then please give them a massive thumbs up if you do actually like these videos, because I really do like doing story times. I think it just gives me a chance to like share some more stories. Obviously, it gives me a chance to share stories. It's story time videos. Well done, Imo. Well done. Okay, well, until next time, angels. Wrap me your jacket, my baby, and lay me